I'm Josh with Skid Pro. Today we're here with our heavy duty pallet fork grapple. Come along for a test drive. Now before we jump in the cab, the only thing really we need to adjust is our pallet fork tines. Now in order to do that, I like to roll back the pallet fork and raise it up just a touch. Makes it a lot easier from a leverage standpoint to make the adjustment. Now with the tines angled back, I just lift my locking lever and I'm going to go ahead and slide on the rail to my desired width, set it in the detent, and it'll lock back down. Same for this time. Again, having that tilted back and up is a lot easier on the back, puts the weight back up here, and it's going to slide easier on your rail. One thing for those of you not familiar with our pallet fork grapple that's really cool is it's actually a bolt-on grapple top. So it's our same heavy-duty pallet fork frame, and with 6 bolts, you're able to take this top on and off. And what's really cool about that is I know the grapple, pallet fork grapple is a bit of a niche item, but for those guys that need it, you don't have to have a separate pallet fork and a separate pallet fork grapple. They're both combined, save some time and money, and less stuff hanging around the farm. Let's jump in the cab and take it for a test drive. Number one thing on this pallet fork grapple is keeping those hoses in a protected area. That's really the only thing that can probably cause you some downtime. So we're gonna hit the auxiliary hydraulics. Everything else is simple right here. The biggest thing you got to remember on the pallet fork grapple is that, like here, I'm really with an uneven load. All my pressure's on one time, and that's okay within reason. Where guys get into trouble is when they try to dig and they fry with concrete or big buried rocks, and they're only lifting on one side. And that uneven torsion is not how a pallet fork was designed. So just remember that as you're going. Especially important to remember when you're running big machines like this Kubota. Placement wise, you can turn, tip her down, you can put her almost exactly where you want. Really large boulders. Let's grab one of them. If you've ever tried to move big boulders or play something, it's a pain unless you've got a thumb over the top. This is a big granite rock. She is going to test the limits of what this skid loader can lift. These are a 4,000 rated tine. I do have that rock quite a ways out there. Again, you can get by with plenty as long as you're not bending and prying. But again, if you do a lot of big rock retaining walls, that's an awesome tool to have. The other thing you can do is if you, depending on where you need to place it, You can see how you can get right in here and pick it vertically. It shows you the gripping force of that grapple. And it also gives you that ability to, again, if you need to place something real specifically, you can see how you'd be able to do it real easily with that. Okay, let's see if we can get this puppy now. This is pretty big old tall cottonwood. I'm gonna again try and get all that weight underneath the fork tines. There you go. Again, we're really, you can see I re-grip this, we're really lopsided on the weight, but again, it can handle it as long as there isn't a tremendous amount of torsion applied to it. That is a big stump. Come in at a little better centered angle, here we go. Again, I don't want to put too much torsion on those forks. And this is a really big elm log, hardwood. The old boat is a little tippy. We got to re-grip, get that weight all the way back. There we go. There. See how I drove forward with this much weight? We want it as far back on the tines as we can have. Yeah, you gotta be paying attention when you're doing this, but it really gives you the ability to stack nicely. Well, there you have it. If you have questions anytime, give our product gurus a call or visit us online at skidpro.com. And as always, our promise to you, better products, better service, happier customers.